I never told her I knew. Not the night I found out, not the morning after, not even weeks later when I walked past her in the kitchen, pretending everything was fine. Because silence was easier than begging for the truth I had already found. I stayed silent after the betrayal. Not because I was strong, but because I was broken in a way that didn't make sound. And I truly believed she moved on. That I had become just another chapter she closed without regret. Until one day, months later, she whispered my name in a crowd. And I realized not every goodbye stays buried. It was the message that shattered everything. A short, careless notification on her phone. I didn't mean to see it, but I did. Last night shouldn't have happened, but I can't stop thinking about you. From someone I didn't recognize. Someone who clearly knew her more intimately than I thought anyone could while she was with me. I stood there, phone trembling in my hand, the air thick around me. And yet, I didn't confront her. Why? Because deep down, I already knew. The late nights, the quiet distance, the soft lies wrapped in smiles. It wasn't just emotional cheating, it was emotional abandonment. I had lost her long before that message, so I chose silence. I packed up my heart and sealed it behind every smile I gave her after that. When she left weeks later, I didn't stop her. She said she needed time to figure things out. I nodded. Not because I agreed, but because I didn't have the energy to beg someone to love me back. She walked out the front door with barely a tear, and I stood still, like a ghost inside a body that still remembered what it felt like to be loved. I didn't chase. I didn't text. I didn't ask her why, and she never looked back. That silence, it became a wall I hid behind, because when the person you love most chooses someone else, you stop asking questions. You just learn to live with the answers you never got. Months passed. I rebuilt slowly, alone. No grand gestures, no dramatic healing, just quiet mornings. Books I never finished. Coffee that never tasted quite right. Her absence filled the air like dust, always there, even when I couldn't see it. And still, she never reached out. So I assumed she forgot me, until that afternoon. It was a local street festival. Busy, loud, crowded. I was there with a friend, half listening to music, half lost in thought, when I heard it. My name. Software. Barely a whisper, but I heard it. Because when someone you once loved says your name, your soul doesn't forget. I turned, and there she was, standing just a few feet behind me, alone, hair tied up, a familiar nervousness in her eyes I hadn't seen since we first met. Our eyes locked. She looked like she had seen a ghost. And maybe she had. Because I wasn't the man she left behind. And she wasn't the girl I used to know. She took a step forward. I wasn't sure it was you, she said, voice shaking, but I had to know. I didn't speak, not because I didn't have anything to say, but because everything I had wanted to say for months suddenly didn't matter. She looked down, then back at me. I owe you more than an apology, she whispered. But I don't expect you to want it. The music from the stage played behind us. People laughed, life went on, and there we were, two unfinished sentences in the middle of a crowd that didn't care about our past. I never stopped thinking about you, she said, even when I was pretending I had. Her voice broke. I wanted to reach out 1,000 times, but I didn't know if I had the right. I finally spoke. You had the truth. That was enough. She blinked fast, trying to hold back tears. I made a mistake, she whispered, and I've regretted it every day since. I looked at her, really looked. She wasn't putting on a show. There was no pride left, no defense, just her, raw, real, regretful. And for a moment, I felt every bit of the love I used to carry for her, every laugh, every night spent dreaming about forever. But I also felt the silence. The nights I cried alone, the mornings I woke up and reached for someone who was already gone. So I nodded. I forgive you, I said quietly, but I don't want to go back. Her lip trembled. I didn't come here to ask you to, she said. I just needed to know if I was still a person worth forgiving. And in that moment, I knew I had finally healed, because forgiveness didn't mean forgetting. It meant freeing myself from the weight of what she did. She stepped back, wiped her eyes, and just before turning away, she smiled, sad but honest. Thank you, she whispered, then disappeared into the crowd. No hugs, no promises, no second chances, just peace. The kind I'd been waiting for. To anyone who's ever been betrayed in silence, you don't have to scream to be heard. You don't have to fight to be seen. Sometimes the loudest healing comes from walking away with dignity. And staying silent until the storm passes. And if they whisper your name someday, don't let the past pull you back. Let it remind you how far you've come. If this story felt familiar, leave a comment. You're not alone, and your peace is worth more than their apology. Because sometimes letting go quietly is the strongest thing you'll ever do.